Hello and welcome, everyone. This is Kaylin's English podcast. This podcast is designed for English learners. I'm here to help you practice your listening skills. I'm Kaylin, a professional English teacher on italki. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. As I'm currently in the southern part of the United States of America, I figured today's subject will cover southern cooking. Southern cooking can be absolutely delicious. They make all different types of food, including breakfasts, lunches, dinners, suppers, and desserts. You may be wondering why I said suppers. Well, supper is the meal that is the main one of the day, or the largest one. It is usually the informal term for a meal at home, whereas dinner is more formal. Let us begin with talking about breakfast. After all, it is the first meal of the day. You might be thinking what could be so different with regards to breakfast. Well, one interesting dish is biscuits and gravy. This dish is really popular in the southern part of the United States. It consists of soft dough biscuits covered in sawmill or meat gravy, which is made from the drippings of cooked pork sausage, as well as white flour, milk, black pepper, and often, not always, bits of sausage, bacon, ground beef, or other meat. This is a savory dish that is delicious. It is relatively cheap to make, and it emerged after the American Revolutionary War. The next breakfast dish is cheese grits. This can also be eaten for other meals of the day, but many people enjoy it for breakfast. Grits are smooth yet solid. They are the consistency of peanut butter or a thick jelly. Grits are a coarsely ground grain, which is cornmeal that is boiled. To get cheese grits, you add cheddar cheese. There are other versions of grits such as creamy grits, shrimp grits, and stone grits, but my favorite is cheese grits, also known as cheesy grits. Another unusual breakfast is chicken and waffles. Chicken and waffles consist of breaded deep-fried chicken on top of or with waffles. People often cover this dish with maple syrup and or hot sauce. It is a great meal after a long night of drinking and partying. It is full of calories. This dish can be eaten for brunch or other meals of the day, but you often see it on breakfast menus. Let's move on to things you can eat for lunch, dinner, and supper. The South is known for having great seafood. Typically, many of them are breaded, then deep-fried or boiled in a big pot. The first fish dish that I had upon arrival was deep-fried catfish. Catfish are typically known as bottom feeders. However, they can feed in different water layers and are not picky eaters. The catfish I ate was battered, seasoned, and dripping in a hot sauce. I had it with coleslaw and tater tots. Other popular fish include trout, halibut, and flounder. You can have fish grilled, deep-fried, boiled, and blackened. You can also enjoy several types of shellfish, including oysters, crabs, lobster, shrimp, clams, and crawfish. They do a famous dish called Low Country Boil. This dish is prepared in a large boiling pot of water over flames. In it, you will find shellfish, such as lobster, shrimp, crabs, crawfish, and or clams, as well as corn on the cob and potatoes. You may also find pieces of chicken or fish in some Low Country boils. This dish is typically seasoned very heavily. These are great to prepare for parties or large gatherings. They take a long time to make and typically involve people being outside. Another staple of Southern cooking is barbecue. Most states have their own special way of making barbecue and sauces. There are several barbecue competitions in the U.S. where people called pitmasters smoke their specialty meat and prepare their secret sauces for judging. It is highly competitive and extremely delicious. They cook various types of meat such as pork, beef, turkey, and chicken. These meats are cooked at low temperatures and are smoked. I personally enjoy brisket, ribs, sausage, pulled pork, and smoked turkey. I enjoy spicy and sweet sauces with my barbecued meats. Barbecue is taken very seriously. Side dishes are very common, such as coleslaw, barbecued baked beans, cornbread, biscuits, mac and cheese, fries, sweet potato fries, deep-fried okra, deep-fried pickles, and tater tots. You can also have green fried tomatoes. These side dishes are delicious, and many of them I can eat on their own without a main dish, like barbecue meat. I love a big bowl of mac and cheese. Pimento cheese is another popular dish. It is a cheese spread that everyone who makes it has their own way of doing it. It mainly has chili peppers called pimentos and cheddar cheese with mayonnaise and spices. You can eat it with crackers, on bread, and vegetable slices like carrots and celery. After a nice meal, you may want something sweet or some dessert. In the South, there are plenty of desserts to choose from. Anything from pie to pudding to cake. I'm not a fan of pie, however, there are plenty to choose from here. Mississippi mud pie does not sound delicious, but is very good. The ingredients include chocolate pudding, pecans, and cream cheese. Sweet potato pie is tasty. It includes sweet potatoes, nutmeg, and cinnamon, with a nice crust. Key lime pies are citrus pies that have a creamy texture. The dominant ingredient is lime, of course, also sour cream. This pie is great for a hot day as it is refreshing. If you're not a fan of pie, then you can have a banana pudding, pound cake, hummingbird cake, or bananas foster. There are plenty more types of food that you can enjoy while in the southern part of the United States. One that I have not mentioned yet is alligator. I personally have not tried alligator, but I am told it is very delicious. They tend to deep fry it and serve it with a sauce. It is a popular dish down south as there are a ton of alligators, especially in swampy areas. I would love to talk more about the food here, but I'm running out of time. I love southern cooking, but many of the popular dishes are unhealthy. The food is often deep fried, smoked, barbecued, cooked in a cast iron skillet, or baked. Also, meats here are typically smothered in sauces that often contain sugar. These dishes also tend to be very messy, as they can be eaten by using your hands. I am hungry now, so I'm going to wrap up this episode. Here are some of the terms and words used in this episode. Supper, deep fried, low country boil, southern cooking, cast iron, low temperatures, alligator, bottom feeders, catfish, mayonnaise, okra, seasoned, and dessert. That is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like more content, then please subscribe to this podcast. You can also support me on Patreon. Find me by typing in Kaylin Teacher. On Patreon, you can gain early access to the podcast and transcriptions. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kaylin_teacher. Thank you for listening. I hope you all have a great day. Until next time, bye!